Amen. You're supposed to be able to come in here and be healed. But instead of coming in the house of God being healed, you're being ridiculed, you're being talked about. When you come to the house of God, of a place that's supposed to show you love. Because I always say, have you ever, I've been to plenty of churches in my lifetime, in state, out of state, and I always say, we're going to start that up real soon, that the ushers ministry is the most important ministry at the church. But let me explain something to you. If you got an usher at the door, and they looking at you all, they got their nose all too little, looking at you all crazy like you ain't smelling so fresh or so clean or something, and they looking at you crazy. Even if your spirit, if you in tune, you all had, oh boy, I'm come pray. But then, as soon as your spirit connect with that spirit, it's going to dampen yours. Why? Because they have a stank attitude at the door. And then by them having a stank attitude, you're going under the assumption is that everybody else in the church is the same way.
All right.
But actually, that's not. And I even applaud y'all because, last time we met on last Saturday, I got y'all, ain't nobody come in here and speak, everybody like they mad. Everybody was on, y'all was on one last time we met. Y'all remember that? Amen. Y'all was on one, all y'all. Sister Kim, Mother Will, all y'all was on one. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But listen. But every now and then, and here's why I say we have an identity crisis, we forget who we are. Even, amen, from the pulpit, amen, to the door, amen, we forget who we are. But I'm going to get to the text, but it always make me go, because everybody always expect the preacher. The preacher can't gotta always walk like this. Can't do nothing wrong, we can't raise our voice, we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing wrong. But it's amazing to me that we can't do nothing wrong, but everybody else can do whatever they want to do. That's funny to me. So here. I want you to go here. Think about it. Here in the text, and Jesus said, now Jesus was going about the cities and villages, teaching and preaching in the synagogues and healing people. And how many of you know that sometimes when you're going around doing work for God, that it gets tedious, and sometimes you can find disencouragement, even though you're trying to do a good thing and you're trying to work for God. But sometimes it seems like, have you ever been to a place? Let's go here. Have you ever been to a place in ministry where you know what you're supposed to do? You know what God has called you to do, and you know what the people of God should be. But every time you turn around, they doing the opposite. I'm going to talk to myself right there. Amen. It seems like that the more, mama, that I preach, the more that I teach, the more they get absent-minded in here sometimes.
All right.
I ain't talking about you, I'm helping you, I'm going somewhere, I'm using you for an example. Amen. Like Jesus spoke in parables, I'm doing the same thing. But it seems like that the people ain't paying attention.
Okay.
So what happens is we have to be careful. We have to be careful as the pastor to not mess around and get in our feelings. But even on this week, I had to disconnect myself. I said, I need some time. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't nobody call me. Don't nobody do nothing. I won't talk to you. Right. Why? Because it seemed like the more that I talked, the more foolishness was going on. I couldn't understand, so I had to hear from God. So that's why I tell folks, don't take it personal when I say I can't talk to you. I have to talk to Jesus. I have to take instructions from Him.
Amen.
Now, and sometimes in my taking instructions from Him, I might make y'all don't feel comfortable, but I promise you it's for your good. It's for your good. Because a lot of this stuff I shouldn't be entangled with anyway. I shouldn't be being bothered with some of the things that I get called on anyway. I shouldn't be bothered with. But here in Jesus was saying in the synagogue, when He was going to synagogues and when He was preaching. And He said that here's my favorite part of this whole thing. When He was going about, and He said the people were scattered like sheep with no shepherd. See, a church can't function without a pastor. You can have a preacher, but a preacher is just called to do that, just to preach, that's it. He can't give order. He can't do none of that. A preacher is just going to preach the word and sit out.